Hi guys, this is part 2 of waging war against forces coming out of the sky, the ground, and the sea. I referred to this in an earlier video when I was talking about how my mom told me 2 weeks before she posted this 3 weeks ago. My mom told me about 2 weeks before she posted this video that she had a dream. And in the dream, I guess her and my stepdad was in the kitchen and they went to the door. And when they went to the door, they thought it was a little boy outside. That's what she said. She thought it was a little boy. That's why she opened the door. But when she opened the door, the little boy changed into a crocodile and tried to kill them. And then they managed to get the crocodile out of the house. And when they got it out of the house, it changed back into a little boy. But in the dream, again, they let the crocodile back in the house and it changed back into a crocodile and tried to kill him. And then this was confirmation for me because she was talking about how the Lord was showing her how these fallen entities will shapeshift into like a child or into an old person. And she specifically said the boy may be a crocodile, or the boy would be like, can you help me find my mom? And you not know that the mom is a crocodile. Like, it's a lot of shapeshifting that is about to go on. In part 1 of waging war against forces coming out of the sky, the ground, the sea, I talked about Israeli News Live, demonic entities gaining access to our world. How he was saying how his sources have told him that when they were like fracking or they were digging underground, they made it to like this water source. And when they made it to this water source, this prehistoric creature, this monster came out. And he just goes into like different creatures that are killing people, but then they got to try to kill, or they have to use cement so these creatures don't escape. But he was specifically talking about some of these creatures like coming from like this water source or something, but we're letting them in. We're basically opening the doors. We're creating the doorway through like the drilling or whatever we're doing, because apparently they can't get out on their own. And I say that to say this. He didn't really say too much about the shapeshifters. But I was telling you about my mom and I was telling you about the master's voice. But then I came across this around the time my mom was telling me her dream. Is 14-legged killer squid found 2 miles beneath Antarctica being weaponized by Putin? And I think this is like November 30th, 2016 news. Some articles say that it's a squid. Some articles say that it's an octopus. Whatever it is, I'm about to tell you the supernatural components to it. They're saying that but anyway, the Russian scientist was in Antarctica. If you watch this picture, you'll see what lake they was at. I can't pronounce that. This is where they was at, and they started drilling down. And they drilled down, and you see like it's a waterway, but it's like blocked off. So whatever is in there, it can't get out. But this is where they were. And they called this entity 46B. And it said that it has camouflage powers. It had the camouflage powers of an octopus, but it mimics way further. One crew member said that they saw 46B change its form to that of a human diver. And with this ability, there is no wonder that it has been kept secret. The Russian diver was said to have been killed by the creature as it fooled him into thinking it was just one of their divers. But I've been reading like different articles about this creature. And when you read the different articles, you'll come across like what they say the size of this thing was. This thing was at least 26, 30 or more feet. I can't remember exactly. But this thing was basically a giant compared to a person. But these articles will sit here and tell you, I'm sorry, I'm trying to go down and read it, that it shapeshift. And it says, given details which sound like the script of a B-movie horror film, he said, we encountered organism 46B on our first day. It disabled our radio, which was later learned to our alarm was intentional. It is also able to paralyze prey from a distance of up to 150 feet by releasing its venom into the water. It says, tragically, my colleague and lifelong friend was killed this way. He tread water wearing a blissful smile as the organism approached him. They was just saying that it was like he was hypnotized as the thing approached him. He couldn't retreat. And some of the articles will sit there and tell you, it says that it hypnotized him telepathically. And this is what we're hearing about these creatures, that they're telepathic. And And it said the 33-foot long man-eater also boasts extraordinary camouflage that helped to stalk the researchers, including shapeshifting. Because I told you that it shapeshifted. A 33-foot man-eater shapeshifted so well to make them think that it was a human diver. And you know, a human has to be at least 5-6 feet long. But other articles, if you do your own research, it killed a female that had an axe or something in the water, and she cut off its tentacle. And while they was on land that day, the tentacle that she cut off, if you go back and look up this story, crawled on land and strangled her. And they were talking about how this thing is much more smarter than the average human being, how it disabled their radio, how they felt like, some articles will tell you, they felt like if they wasn't like a PhD or they wasn't as smart as they were, they would have died. But you got to just go through different articles. Also, this one with the picture of the lake and where they drilled that a 33-foot long octopus shape-shifted into a human. I got that off of Steam at this site. But it's just amazing. Like, God is showing people different stuff in their dreams. But then, like, it's actual scientists and it's actual people that are on record that are seeing the same thing. But this is part 2. And I'm going to have to make another part.